Quit saying "if only" and start changing your life today. Life does not wait. Life does not pause. Life does not turn back for anyone. Yet so many people keep living inside a small room built from two simple words. Two words that steal courage. Two words that break confidence. Two words that freeze dreams. Those words are "if only." If only I had more time. If only I had more confidence. If only I had started earlier. If only I were luckier. If only people supported me. If only life were easier. These words feel safe, but this safety is a trap, a warm blanket that slowly becomes a cage that you begin to accept, a cage you start believing you deserve. You do not deserve that cage. You deserve movement. You deserve action. You deserve a real chance to build the life you want. To begin that life, you must learn to stop saying "if only." Stopping this habit is not easy, because "if only" gives you something soft to hold when things go wrong. It gives you an excuse, a reason to avoid change, a way to protect yourself from fear, a way to avoid responsibility. But here is the truth. Every time you say "if only," you give away your power. You give away your chance to grow. You give away your ability to move forward. Imagine you are standing at a door. Behind the door is the life you want. When you reach for the handle, fear whispers. Fear says, "If only things were perfect, you could open this door." Fear says, "Not today." Fear says, "Not yet." But fear will say the same thing tomorrow, and the next day, and every day after that. You cannot wait for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions do not exist. Perfect conditions are an illusion. Real life is not perfect. Real life is messy. Real life is unpredictable. Real life is full of broken pieces, unexpected turns, and strange surprises. But real life also gives you chances. Chances to grow. Chances to rebuild. Chances to start again. Many beginners think they need everything figured out. They think they need to be ready before they act. But readiness does not come before action. Readiness comes after action. You become ready while moving. You become confident while trying. You become stronger while failing and starting again. Think of a seed buried in the soil. The seed does not say, "If only the ground were softer." The seed does not say, "If only the sun were warmer." The seed does not say, "If only conditions were perfect." The seed still grows. It pushes through darkness. It pushes through soil. It pushes through stones. It does not wait for the world to become easy. You must be like that seed. Push even when you feel stuck. Push even when you feel small. Push even when you cannot see the light yet. Every person you admire started somewhere small, somewhere imperfect, somewhere messy. They did not have all the answers. They did not have a perfect plan, but they started, and starting changed everything. You can start too, and you can start today. When you stop saying "if only," you stop looking backward. You stop waiting for a different past. You start building a different future. Your past is a story, a long story, a complicated story, but a finished story. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can write the next page. You can make the next chapter stronger, wiser, braver, cleaner, more honest, more meaningful. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack full of old mistakes. Every step becomes harder. Every decision becomes slower. Every dream becomes distant. And still, you keep holding that backpack. Why? Because you were used to its weight. Because the weight feels familiar. But familiar does not mean good. Familiar does not mean helpful. Familiar does not mean healthy. You must take off that backpack. You must let the weight fall. You must free your hands to build something new. Letting go is not forgetting. Letting go is choosing not to be controlled by the past. Letting go is choosing freedom. Freedom to think new thoughts. Freedom to take new steps. Freedom to rewrite your identity. Think about this. If you woke up tomorrow with no fear, who would you be? What would you begin? What would you change? What would you stop doing? What dream would you finally chase? Now ask yourself a harder question. Why not start today? Why not become that person now? You do not need permission. You do not need perfect timing. You do not need perfect skills. You only need a decision. A decision to move. A decision to grow. A decision to stop complaining. A decision to stop blaming. A decision to start building. Your life will not change because you wish. Your life will not change because you dream. Your life changes when you act. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Action is the key that unlocks the door you fear. Action is the medicine that heals regret. Action is the teacher that builds confidence. You do not need big action to start. Small steps are enough. Small steps create momentum. Small steps build habits. Small steps remove fear. Think of learning English. No one becomes fluent in one night. No one becomes confident after one lesson. But a beginner who practices daily grows faster than a talented person who never tries. Small steps win. Small steps accumulate. Small steps transform you when you are not paying attention. Start small, but start. Your past cannot stop you when you decide to move. Your mistakes cannot stop you when you learn from them. Your fears cannot stop you when you walk anyway. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you believe. You have more potential than you allow yourself to see. But potential means nothing without action. Dreams mean nothing without movement. Regret means nothing if you choose not to repeat it. You must learn to stand up again. You must learn to trust your steps. You must learn to breathe courage into your own life. Many people wait for inspiration. They wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect moment. But motivation comes after you start, not before. Imagine cleaning a room. At first, you do not want to move. You sit, you look, you plan. But nothing changes until you pick up the first item. After that, you move faster. You feel better. You feel progress. You feel hope. Life works like that too. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. You cannot think your way into a new life. You must act your way into a new life. Think about the moments when your life changed. Maybe a new habit, maybe a new idea, maybe a new relationship, maybe a new opportunity. Every one of those changes began with a single action. The world rewards people who move, not people who wait. If you want to stop saying, "if only," you must build a new habit. The habit of acting instead of wishing. The habit of choosing instead of avoiding. The habit of beginning instead of delaying. When you catch yourself saying, "if only," pause, breathe. Ask yourself one simple question. What can I do right now with what I have? Not tomorrow, not later, not someday, right now. There is always something you can do, something small, something simple, something possible. Maybe you can start learning. Maybe you can start practicing. Maybe you can start planning. Maybe you can start changing one tiny habit. Do not underestimate small beginnings. A river begins with a drop. A forest begins with a seed. A journey begins with one step. Your new life begins the same way. You do not need more time. You do not need more luck. You do not need more talent. You need a decision, and that decision can happen today. Today can be the turning point. Today can be the line between before and after. Today can be the day you stop waiting. Today can be the day you stop saying, "if only." Your life is not a rehearsal. You do not get a second version. You only get this one. And you can change it. You can shape it. You can rewrite it. You can rebuild it. You can reclaim it. But only if you stop wishing for a different past. Only if you stop waiting for a perfect future. Only if you step forward now. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are simply beginning. And beginning is powerful. Beginning is brave. Beginning is enough. This is the first step, and you have already taken it.
Part 2. Break the cycle of excuses and step into your real life. Most people do not fail because they are weak. Most people fail because they repeat the same cycle. A cycle of fear, a cycle of doubt, a cycle of excuses, a cycle built from the words "if only." This cycle feels safe. It feels comfortable. It feels familiar, but it keeps you stuck in the same place. It keeps you living the same day again and again. You wake up. You feel the same worries. You think the same thoughts. You carry the same regrets. Then you go to bed, and you repeat. Life becomes a loop, not because you cannot change, but because you have trained your mind to stay still. Breaking this cycle is not about being strong. It is about being honest. Honest with yourself. Honest about your fears. Honest about your patterns. Honest about the stories you tell yourself. You cannot change what you refuse to face. You cannot grow while hiding from your truth. Look at your excuses. Place them in front of you like objects on a table. Do not judge them. Do not shame yourself. Just look at them. Here are some common excuses people repeat. Maybe you will recognize yours. I do not have time. I'm too tired. I'm not ready. I don't know enough. It's too risky. I'll start next week. I tried before and failed. People will laugh at me. What if I make a mistake? These excuses look like protection, but they are walls. Walls that keep you from seeing your potential. The mind loves comfort. Comfort feels safe. Comfort feels smooth. Comfort feels warm. But comfort can become a silent prison. In this prison, nothing grows. In this prison, nothing changes. In this prison, dreams slowly fade until they become ghosts. You may think this prison is reality, but it is only a habit of staying where you are, a habit of avoiding what challenges you. Every person has limits, but most limits are learned, not real, not permanent, not fixed. Your mind learned to doubt, so it can learn to believe. Your mind learned to fear, so it can be brave. Your mind learned to hide, so it can act. You are not trapped by your circumstances. You are trapped by your patterns. But patterns can be rewritten, step by step, choice by choice, day by day. Think of a mountain. From the bottom, the top looks impossible. The path looks too long, too steep, too dangerous. But climbers do not start by looking at the top. They start by taking one step, then another step, then another. You do not climb the mountain in one leap. You climb it in small movements, small decisions, small moments of courage. Life works the same way. You do not need to see your whole future. You only need to see your next step. Your next step may be simple. Reading one page, sending one message, practicing one sentence, cleaning one corner, learning one skill, taking one walk. Small steps do not look powerful, but they create powerful results because they build momentum. Momentum is invisible, but you feel it. You feel it in your body. You feel it in your mind. You feel it when suddenly things do not feel as hard as before. Momentum begins the moment you stop saying, "if only." Momentum begins the moment you choose action. The universe responds to movement. Opportunities appear when you move. People show up when you move. Ideas flow when you move. Energy grows when you move. But when you stay still, nothing happens. Nothing changes. Nothing opens. Nothing begins. Imagine a door that only unlocks from the outside. The door will never open until someone knocks. But if no one knocks, nothing changes. Action is the knock. You must knock. Then the door will open. Many beginners think change requires big inspiration, but big inspiration comes after you begin, not before. The truth is simple. Movement creates inspiration. Movement creates motivation. Movement creates confidence. Confidence is not a gift. Confidence is practice. Practice in small moments. Practice in the face of fear. Practice when your voice shakes. Practice when you feel unsure. Confidence grows every time you try again. Imagine standing at the edge of a cold river. You dip one toe in. It feels freezing. You hesitate. You think about retreating. But when you slowly step in deeper, you adjust. Your body adapts. The cold becomes bearable. After a few minutes, it feels normal. This is how change works. The first step feels cold. The first step feels sharp. The first step feels uncomfortable. But you adapt. Your mind adapts. Your courage adapts. Confidence grows from challenge, not from avoidance. This is why "if only" is dangerous. It convinces you to avoid challenges. It convinces you to wait. It convinces you to freeze your growth. But growth cannot happen in waiting. Growth happens in action. Think about a young tree. The wind bends it. The rain hits it. The cold shakes it. But these struggles make the tree stronger. Its roots grow deeper. Its trunk grows thicker. Its branches grow wider. Your challenges do the same for you. They make you resilient. They make you wiser. They make you grounded. The past may have hurt you, but it also prepared you. It taught you. It shaped you. It gave you tools you did not have before. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. Experience is powerful. Experience makes you sharper. Experience gives you instincts. Experience gives you understanding.
Now you must use what you learned. Do not waste your lessons. Do not let your growth go unused. Your future deserves more than excuses. Your future deserves your effort. When you hear the voice of "if only," talk back to it. Say, "I can start anyway." Say, "I can begin with what I have." Say, "I do not need perfect conditions." Say, "I choose action today." Every time you talk back to your excuses, you become stronger. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you become braver. Every time you take a step despite fear, you become freer. Freedom is not the absence of fear. Freedom is the decision to move despite fear. Imagine walking through a dark forest. You cannot see the entire path, but you can see the next few steps. You take those steps, then you see the next few. You keep going. Soon you leave the darkness behind. The beginning feels uncertain, but the path becomes clearer when you walk it. Many people want a clear path before they begin, but clarity comes from action, not from thinking. Thought alone cannot change you. Only action can. Imagine you want to learn to swim. You can read books, you can watch videos, you can study techniques, but you will never learn to swim until you enter the water. Life is the same. You must enter the water. You must get wet. You must feel the discomfort. You must experience the learning. When you replace "if only" with "I will try," you enter the water. When you replace "if only" with "I will start," you step forward. When you replace "if only" with "I choose action," you begin to swim. Your life wants movement. Your heart wants progress. Your mind wants growth. The feeling of being stuck is not a sign you cannot change. It is a sign you must change. Stuck is not permanent. Stuck is a signal, a message, a call to action. When you feel stuck, you are not failing. You are being invited to rise. You are being invited to begin again. You are being invited to become more. And you can, because you have done difficult things before. You have survived moments you thought would break you. You have stood up after falling. You have healed wounds that seemed impossible. You have learned lessons that once felt painful. Your resilience is greater than you realize. Now imagine the version of you who no longer says "if only." This version wakes up with purpose. This version believes in small steps. This version chooses action. This version trusts the process. This version grows every day. This version already lives inside you. You only need to unlock it. You unlock it through consistency, through discipline, through courage, through honesty, through the decision to stop letting excuses lead your life. Every day gives you a chance to become that version. Every day gives you a chance to begin again. Every day gives you a chance to choose who you want to be. And today, you are choosing change. You are choosing movement. You are choosing a new story. This is how you break the cycle. This is how you leave "if only" behind. This is how you step into your real life. You step forward, one brave step at a time.
Part 3. Create the future you want and start living it today. You have spent too many years carrying the weight of "if only." You have spent too many mornings thinking about the past. You have spent too many nights feeling regret. You have spent too much time waiting for the right moment. Now the waiting ends. Now the excuses end. Now the old story ends. A new story begins today. A story you write with your own hands. A story you shape with your own choices. A story that moves you forward instead of holding you back. To live this new story, you must build a new mindset. A mindset of action. A mindset of courage. A mindset of self-respect. A mindset of growth. Growth does not happen by accident. Growth is intentional. Growth is a decision repeated every day. You wake up. You breathe. You choose to grow. Simple, clear, strong. Let us build that mindset together. Step by step, thought by thought, habit by habit. Everything begins inside your mind. Your mind is the garden of your future. If you plant fear, fear will grow. If you plant doubt, doubt will grow. If you plant excuses, excuses will grow. But if you plant courage, courage will grow. If you plant discipline, discipline will grow. If you plant hope, hope will grow. If you plant action, success will grow. You choose the seeds. You choose what grows. You choose what lives in your mind. This is the first truth of your new life. You are in control of your thoughts, and your thoughts build your reality. Every time you say, "I cannot," the world becomes smaller. Every time you say, "I will try," the world becomes bigger. Your words shape your path. Your words shape your identity. So speak to yourself with honesty. Speak to yourself with strength. Speak to yourself with clarity. Say, "I will grow." Say, "I will build." Say, "I will begin." Say, "I will not live in the past." The past is not your home. The past was a lesson, a classroom, a teacher. But you do not live in a classroom forever. You graduate, you move forward, you rise. The second truth of your new life is this: you owe yourself effort. Not perfection, not speed, not easy success. Effort. Effort is the fuel of growth. Effort is the proof of commitment. Effort is the bridge between dreams and reality. Even 1% effort is enough to begin, because 1% adds up. 1% grows. 1% never stays 1%. A small step becomes a habit. A habit becomes a lifestyle. A lifestyle becomes a transformation. Think of a drop of water. A single drop looks weak, but many drops can fill a cup. Many cups can fill a river. Many rivers can change the shape of mountains. Your effort works the same way. Small, steady, powerful.
The third truth of your new life is this: confidence is built, not magically created, not given by others, built by you. Confidence grows every time you keep a promise to yourself. Confidence grows when you show up, even on difficult days. Confidence grows when you do the thing you fear. Confidence grows when you try again after failing. Failure is not the end. Failure is the beginning of understanding. Failure teaches. Failure guides. Failure shapes your next step. No successful person reached their goals without failure, not one. They failed. They learned. They tried again. You can do the same. You have the same human strength. You have the same human potential. The fourth truth of your new life is this: your environment matters. The people around you influence your thoughts, your habits, your energy, your self-belief. If you surround yourself with negative voices, you will become negative. If you surround yourself with dreamers, you will dream. If you surround yourself with builders, you will build. If you surround yourself with people who take action, you will act. Your environment is powerful, so choose it carefully. Choose people who want to grow. Choose people who challenge you. Choose people who encourage movement. Choose people who live in the present instead of the past. You cannot rise in a room that wants you to stay small. You cannot change in a room that loves excuses. Be brave enough to leave environments that keep you stuck. Be brave enough to join spaces that lift you higher. Your future depends on who you allow near you. The fifth truth of your new life is this: your future requires responsibility. Responsibility means owning your choices, owning your actions, owning your direction, owning your time. Many people fear responsibility. They fear failing. They fear making a wrong step. So they choose excuses. They choose if only. But responsibility is freedom. Responsibility gives you control. Responsibility gives you power. Responsibility gives you freedom to shape your future. When you accept responsibility, you stop waiting. You stop complaining. You stop blaming. You stop hoping someone else will save you. You save yourself. You choose yourself. You lead yourself. The sixth truth of your new life is this: you must take action daily, not once, not sometimes, daily. Daily action changes you. Daily action rewires your brain. Daily action builds new identity. Imagine brushing your teeth. You do it every day. Not because you are excited, not because you feel inspired, but because it keeps you healthy. Self-growth works the same way. Small daily actions keep your life healthy. Write one sentence today. Learn one new word today. Improve one habit today. Clean one small area today. Make one brave decision today. Small daily actions turn chaos into clarity. They turn fear into discipline. They turn regret into progress.
The seventh truth of your new life is this: vision matters. What do you see when you imagine your future self? Do you see someone strong? Do you see someone calm? Do you see someone disciplined? Do you see someone brave? Do you see someone free? Hold that image in your mind. That image is your direction. That image is your compass. That image is your standard. Every day, walk one small step toward that person. Make choices that align with that vision. Speak words that support that vision. Practice habits that build that vision. Your vision is not a dream. Your vision is a blueprint, a map, a guide. The eighth truth of your new life is this: you must forgive yourself. Forgive your mistakes. Forgive your past decisions. Forgive your fear. Forgive your delays. Forgive your lost time. You cannot build a future while hating your past self. You must release the weight. You must let the old version of you rest. You must stop punishing yourself for the person you used to be. That person did not know what you know now. That person did the best they could with the tools they had. That person helped you survive. Now you will help yourself grow. Forgiveness is not weakness. Forgiveness is release. Forgiveness is clarity. Forgiveness is freedom. When you forgive yourself, you create space. Space for new identity. Space for new habits. Space for new opportunities. Space for new life. The ninth truth of your new life is this: you must start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, not when life becomes easier. Now. Readiness is a myth. The perfect moment is a myth. Action creates readiness. Action creates courage. Action creates change. Your life is happening right now. Every heartbeat is a moment you will never get back. Every minute is a chance to choose a different path. If you want a new life, build it now. If you want confidence, practice now. If you want progress, move now. A small step today is worth more than a perfect plan tomorrow. You do not need a miracle. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need permission. You need movement. You need to stand up. You need to breathe. You need to decide. Decide that your past will not control your future. Decide that regret will not control your choices. Decide that fear will not control your actions. You are stronger than regret. You are larger than fear. You are deeper than your past. Stand up. Take control. Take responsibility. Take action. This is your life, your story, your chance, your beginning. Quit saying, "if only." Say, "I will." Say, "I can." Say, "I choose to grow." Say, "I begin today." Today is the turning point. Today is the door. Today is the path. Walk through it. Claim your future. Build your new life. Step into the world with courage. Because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the story you tell yourself. Tell a new story now, a story of strength, a story of movement, a story of courage, a story of action, a story of possibility, a story of becoming. And let this final truth guide you. The future does not belong to the perfect. The future belongs to the brave. The future belongs to the consistent. The future belongs to those who act. The future belongs to those who move. And you are moving now. You are choosing now. You are changing now. You are becoming now. Your new life has already begun.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.